Patrick Beck David, they've had Douglas McGregor on, was complete Russian agent. Victoria Spats, the Ukrainian-born American congresswoman who's a Republican,
Yeah.
who called out the genocide, but has also called out Zelensky for apparent money laundering. Um,
Yeah,
and
yeah, she's a surprise to me. That woman should have more sense.
I mean, Megyn Kelly, who's interviewed Putin back in the day when she worked for Fox, she calls Putin a rational actor. Liz Wheeler has talked about biolabs and NATO and all this nonsense. I mean, you mentioned Victoria Spats. Do you look at these people as compromised, or do you think they're just maybe ignorant?
I think they're largely, they just bought the narrative. You know, the narrative is very deep. It's been going a long time. And the more aware people seem to have bought the narrative more, because these are the people who go, like your friends who would have read Noam Chomsky, the people who are actually questioning, who are intelligent and don't believe the narrative, they are easy marks for this stuff. Because they do their research and they go to these websites, and the narrative is so darn ubiquitous. Like, you think you're finding secret knowledge. You think you're actually being more intelligent than everybody else because you've read this Russian website, or you go to RT for a more objective view. You know, they actually draw in a lot of intelligent people, just like Noam Chomsky did. And the more just average run-of-the-mill Republican doesn't get sucked in because they don't go to these websites. You know, look, Republican support for Ukraine is still something like 70%. You know, grassroots Republican support, because these are sensible guys who don't read Noam Chomsky, don't go on all these obscure websites and or read QAnon stuff or whatever. They just know that Russia is bullying a country. A lot of their neighbors are Ukrainian or Poles. You know, they're just sensible American people, and they still support Ukraine by a healthy margin. But the MAGA leaders, I'm talking the Bannons and the people, a lot of the MAGA, you know, top MAGA people look up to, the Steve Bannons and the Tucker Carlsons, they are completely full of this narrative.
Yeah.
And MAGA gets a bad name because of it. You know, a lot of Europeans think everybody in MAGA hates Ukraine. You know, everybody who wants to make America great again is basically a Putin-loving Nazi. But that's not the case. But these people get all the publicity, far more than the average run-of-the-mill, basically patriotic American.